it's me, Moody Boo, the Fragrant Nomad, and I am back with, finally, Jesus, it took you a while, my top 5 ambers, which you guys chose was the top 5 list you wanted me to do next. So that's what I'm doing. It took me forever. It took me a couple of weeks to put this list together because I had like 10 honorable mentions, and I'm just not going to do honorable mentions. I'm going to try to do my top 5 perfumes in 10 minutes. So that is the goal, as usual. And I probably won't be any more successful than I was last time, but we're going to try. So the first one I want to talk about is one I rarely hear anything about, and it's so good. And this is by Bruno Fazzolari, and this is Umaguma. This is, I have worn this so many times, and you can't even tell because it looks, but this I only do like 1, maybe 2 sprays because it really blooms. Doesn't matter what kind of weather it's in, it blooms. It's a beautiful, dry kind of an amber. It's sweet without being too sweet. It's got a bit of spice. It's got a bit of gourmand to it from the chocolate in it. It's just got a lot going on. It's very dynamic. So let me tell you what's in it. I'm using Fragrantica because I'm lazy, I'm tired, it's been a long week, I just got off work. So there you go. Oh, man. This is one I just rediscovered to do this list. It was hiding behind another bottle on the shelf in my bedroom. And I was like, now wait a minute. I know I'm missing one that I really love. And then I started moving everything around and found my Guma. It's so good. So it's dark chocolate, saffron, carnation, labdanum, tobacco, leather, sandalwood, olivinum, cedar, vanilla, and tonka bean. And just so you know, amber isn't a real note. It's an accord. It's something that perfumers have put together to represent amber. And it's usually like vanilla or benzoin is in there. And then there's usually some kind of resin, like Peru balsam, or there might be some labdanum in there as well. Sometimes some woody notes are in there. But it's just an accord. It's an interpretation of amber. This one they're using labdanum and vanilla and olivinum to make that ambery kind of accord. Now this is a really dry kind of an amber. There isn't a lot of movement on this. It's pretty much, when you first spray it, it's really dry, kind of leathery, tobacco, a hint of sweet, powdery kind of a perfume. But once it dries down, the chocolate comes out more and the vanilla comes out more, so it gets a little sweeter, a little less powdery, a little less dry. So this performs really well for me. I get easily 8 to 10 hours out of it with 1 to 2 sprays. Serious. With, we'll say 2 sprays. It projects about arm's length. It feels like it goes beyond that, but I'm not sure that it does with just 2 sprays. But it feels like it blooms. So this is cold weather only kind of a fragrance. I have tried it in the summer. I don't recommend. I think this is a little too niche for formal occasions. Until the dry down really kicks in, then you probably could use it for formal occasions, but I would more wear this out clubbing. I know I always say that, going to big parties or something like that, because it would compete with other people's signature scents. It's very affordable. I don't remember the exact price because I've had this for quite some time, and I think the labels have changed. I have the original label, but I think they've changed. They're different now. They're more fancy. But it's same basic bottle. This is a 1 ounce bottle, I believe. Some feminine personalities are going to think it's a hint masculine, but just wear it. Just put it on and see what happens, because it's lovely. Next. Another one of my favorite ambers is Jerobum Umbra. Man, come on now. What's up with this stuff? And why aren't people talking about some of these perfumes? I always hear about the same ones over and over again. It's usually 1 to 2 sprays will last me easily 8 hours. The notes in this is incense, geranium, bergamot, Peru balsam, patchouli, vanilla, tonka bean, musk, and vetiver. And this is another dry one. This almost has an antique kind of feel to it to me. I always think of that when I smell it, because there's a hint, just a hint of metallic to it, which I don't usually like, but with this amber, it really works. Really, really, really works. And I'm not a geranium fan. I don't know if that's where I'm getting that little bit of metallic aroma from, but I don't like geranium overall for a note, but it works in this. It really does. Now this one is, to me, whereas the first one, Umaguma, is like a gourmandy, dry, chocolatey kind of an amber. This one is more of an incense kind of an amber. It's still got the sweetness in there, but it's not overtly sweet. That bergamot adds this brightness to it. It's a very bright and dark kind of amber at the same time. Weird, right? It's a dichotomy. It never gets too heavy on the patchouli, but the patchouli does come out a little more in the dry down. Like I said, when you first spray it, it's this bright, antique-y, slightly sweet, powdery, dry kind of an amber. But once it dries down, it moistens up quite a bit, becomes a little sweeter, a little less antique-y, but you still get that really cool nostalgia in the background. And I don't usually like nostalgic kind of perfumes. And again, super affordable, super affordable. This is an extrait de Perfume, so it's probably a little higher concentration. Again, I think feminine personalities are going to interpret this as being much more masculine. But again, just wear it for a minute, see what happens. I would wear this. I think you could, especially after, 30 minutes, I think you could wear this to formal occasions. Even though it's got that antique-y, powdery dryness, it still has a formality to it. You could also wear this out clubbing. Again, I recommend cool temps for this because it does have that powderiness. I haven't tried it in hot temps, but I'm not really tempted to robe them. Hey, Amber. Next. Now I had to go with this one because this is like one of my top 5 perfumes of all time. I love this perfume. This is either my 2nd or 3rd bottle, and this is Hermès Elixir de Merveille. This stuff has been in my heart for many years. I can't get enough of it. This is like an orange amber. That's what this one is. So we got a chocolate amber, we got an incense amber, and now this is an orange amber. And everybody, I'm not going to talk too much about it because most people know about Elixir. So it's orange peel, Siam resin, amber, Peru balsam, caramel, cedar patchouli, oak, incense, sandalwood, tonka bean, and vanilla. It says vanilla sugar, but vanilla. And it's not real sweet. It's a very citrusy kind of an amber to me. Oh man, I gotta put some on. I gotta. Oh. This stuff, I just can't say enough. And I get complimented pretty much every time I wear this stuff. It's one of my highest compliment getters as well. Oh, it's so beautiful. Damn. So anyway, this is, I think, fully unisex, very versatile perfume. This is an amber I wear in the summer like crazy. Perfect for the cooler temps, but it does things to my skin when I wear it in the summertime. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. The price, you can get this thing under $100 on a lot of discount websites because it has been out for so long. I usually do 2 to 4 sprays depending on what I'm doing, depending on the temperatures, etc. And that will last me all day, at least 8 hours, sometimes a little more, like closer to 10 hours on occasion. Man, if you can get yourself a bottle of this, I recommend. Next. This is Brown Girl Jane Dawn. And this is the happiest amber I've ever smelled. It is bright, it's fruity, it's sweet, it smells like springtime, but yet it's got that ambery scent in there so that you can wear it in cooler temps as well. This is another very versatile fragrance. I don't know why everybody isn't talking about Brown Girl Jane. I have every one of the 6 perfumes out of their repertoire, and none of them I'm like, meh. They're all like, holy shit balls, Batman. What just happened to me? Because I love all 6 of them. I have all of them. There's only 3 that come in a 50 ml bottle. The rest are 1 ounce bottles. They're really affordable. They ship to you really quickly because I bought, I think, all of them off of the Brown Girl Jane website. Really amazing stuff. Performs outstanding. I will do 2 sprays and it will last me easily 8, 9, 10 hours, pretty easily. The notes are raspberry bloom, cassis, water lily, amber, iris, violet, bourbon vanilla, Madagascan vanilla, and vetiver. And it's fairly linear. It doesn't change much from the top to the dry down, but it's sweet and it just makes me happy. It's one of those perfumes that just makes me happy. Every time I smell it, I think, damn, I smell like a wicked bitch right now because I smell good. And it just, it's sweet and it's moist. It's not a dry amber at all. It's very moist. That vanilla and the fruits in there, the raspberry and the cassis really come out. The water lily is in there. And what I like about this is that this has a real water lily aroma. Because in the Pacific, the PNW, Pacific Northwest, pretty much every lake, every pond around here has water lilies. We have water lilies all over the place, and it's one of my favorite flowers to smell. It's this sweet, creamy nectar that you smell every time you smell them, and I find very few perfumes come even close to getting the water lily note right. This one, I can detect it, and it's got that sweet, creamy, dense kind of a, almost vanilla kind of a smell that comes out of water lilies. Oh. Man, if you guys haven't checked out Brown Girl Jane, I hope you do, because this is one of my favorite houses. This is easily in my top 10 favorite houses of all time. So Brown Girl Jane Dawn, because of the sweetness and the fruitiness, some masculine personalities are going to consider it a little feminine. If you like perfumes like La Danza della Libellula, you'd probably like Dare or Dawn or Dare or Dusk or Casablanca. You might like any of them because they're all that good. But Dawn is one of my favorites. Jesus, words are hard today. This is, I think, absolutely a going out kind of perfume. I get mad compliments when I wear this perfume. I think in flagrante delicto, little Netflix and chill. In my case, it'd be Shudder and chill. I think you could wear it in a multitude of occasions, a multitude of times of year, because you can wear this in hot temps, you can wear it in cold temps. It performs really well. It projects easily arm's length, and it stays there for most of the wearing. Amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. Next. Now, this is my most recent purchase of all the ones that I have there, but I had gone through 2 or 3 samples of it over the past year, and I kept meaning to get it and never did. Finally did a month or 2 ago, and that's the Mean Scepter. Ooh, this is a good amber. Oh, I think some people compare it to Amber, again, words, hard, me. Amber Eccentrico, is it by Armani? And I can see a little bit of similarity because it's sweet, it's a bit gourmand, it's ambery, but this to me is better. I like this more because I had Amber Eccentrico, was going to be a honorable mention, but then I was like, no, I'm not going to do honorable mentions, and there was hands down Scepter over Amber Eccentrico. I am just having a tough time today. So this, oh God, it smells so good. I have all these ambers kind of whirling around me right now. I can still smell Jerobum, and I can smell Elixir. And the combination is kind of hot, let me say. This to me is a myrrh amber. I mean, seriously, it's a myrrh. You know, there's oh, I should tell you what's in it. Pink pepper, Madagascan cloves, coriander, which you don't get much of because I don't like coriander too strong in a perfume anyway. Peach, ylang ylang, wisteria, and I'm not a big wisteria fan a lot of times. Patchouli, amber, myrrh, ambergris, and cyan benzoin. There's this sweetness to it, and yet you get those spices. You get the clove, you get a hint of the coriander, you get the patchouli, you get the benzoin, and I think the peach and the pink pepper and ylang ylang are what's making it so sweet, because it's fairly sweet. Not as sweet as Dawn by Brown Girl Jane, but it is sweet, but it's a warm kind of sweet. So this one doesn't have a big, much of a movement in it either from top to dry down. When you first spray it, that's when it's the least sweet. It's very ambery, it's got some spice in there. It has a bit of brightness to it as well. But then once it dries down, there isn't a big movement, but there is some movement with this one. It gets sweeter, it gets warmer. That myrrh really comes out and it's almost chewy. It's almost gourmand kind of a myrrh. Oh God, it's so good. You get a hint of that ambergris as well. The cloves are, it's almost like, there used to be a clove gum that I used to chew. I can't think of what it's called, but it's back when I was a kid. And there was a gum with this clove flavor. I don't think it's around anymore. And it's kind of that kind of clove. Not the clove that you'd find in your spice cupboard, because that's much more strong and dry and less sweet. This is a sweet clove. This is a almost gourmand kind of a clove. Oh man, that's good stuff. And I don't know if I could pick a favorite, because every one of them, as soon as I wear it, I think, oh, this is my favorite of the 5. That's why I don't put them in order, because my mind changes. Now, the Mean can be a little more expensive than the others. You can find it on discount websites. I don't think you can find Scepter. I actually bought this, I think it was at Neiman Marcus, and off of their website. I did have to pay full retail for it, which I hate. I usually can find a really good deal. But people aren't selling their Scepter on eBay or Poshmark or any place like that. And that's not on FragranceNet usually that I've seen. So if it is on there, I would pick up a bottle. Bam! Immediately. And this one is one I think you could wear year-round, but I think it should be like nighttime, cooler summer nights if you're going to wear it during the summer. It's very smooth, so you can wear it in the summer. There isn't any powderiness to it. It's very moist. This one I blast usually 3-4 sprays with it, and it'll last about 8 hours, 8-9 hours for me. It projects to about maybe arm's length. It's not a big performer, but it doesn't matter because it's amazing perfume for me. And as long as it's not a skin scent or I have to blast myself 10-20 times to smell it, I'm happy with it. I think this could be a formal scent easily. You could wear it to formal occasions. You could even wear this one, I think, during the day, because it's not so spicy. It's not so spicy. It's not so spicy or too ambery or anything like that to offend anybody. So that is my top 5 ambers. I'm going to put a new top 5 list up if I haven't already. I can't even remember. I appreciate your patience. I know that I'm really sporadic with my uploading. The good news is I might be going to 410s instead of 5/8s at my job in the near future. Not sure if it's going to happen, but it might. And if that's the case, I'll be recording and posting much more often than I am. And I'll try to get my top 5 going a little faster. This one was really hard for me to choose though, really hard, because amber is one of my favorite notes, so I have a lot of amber. But, all right, we're gonna call that good. Yay! 5 and 10, how about 5 and 30? Was I close? God, if I could just shut up and state the facts, ma'am, maybe I could get these down to 10, but Doesn't look like it's happening today. So, okay, thank you for being here. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your support. I appreciate all of you so much. And I'll be back very soon with another review, and I hope you join me. So don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell and comment if you want. If you don't, it's all good. I still love you. And use your own nose. Peace.